Yes, that's right.
So we had certain basic questions. Now, normally what our advisors or guys feel, but particularly with the volatile market, like yesterday it was minus 159, today it is plus 100, 115 or something like that. Now, how long do you think this will be? Is it because of Greece and Italy, or is it because of our own factors?
It is a combination of international and local factors.
Local factors. Okay.
It's a combination, and unfortunately, just when there have been all these uncertainties coming out of the global scenario, locally also because of various things, maybe governance issues or high inflation. Those negatives also have added on to that, which is why you have this kind of a sentiment.
Okay. Now, even the rupee devaluation, falling down, that also. Now, how long do you expect this to continue? Now, to a certain extent, Italy, a couple of days ago, they said something is being worked out. But do you think Greece, and do we have investments in Greece? That means the Indian companies.
No, I don't think there will be any exposure. Even if there is some exposure to the peripheral economies such as Greece, Portugal, Ireland, it will not be, that relevant. But if the crisis spreads to Italy and Spain and all these countries, then it will have a very, very large impact. So Indian companies and generally across the world, nobody will escape the consequences of that, if that happens. But like you said, things are being worked out, and we are hopeful of some sort of a solution sooner rather than later.
Right, because it's going to affect everyone.
That's right. In terms of the rupee, what you asked earlier, the rupee has essentially depreciated because of this risk averseness which has engulfed the entire world. So that was the initial stage was all these emerging market currencies depreciated against the dollar and rupee participated in that. But then after that, since India has a current account deficit and the fiscal deficit situation is also not that great, so then the forces driving down the rupee continued in that direction. And since inflation also is not coming down to the extent, to the comfort level of the RBI, so that has had its impact on the rupee, which is why the rupee has reached this level, and also the RBI also does not want to aggressively intervene. So it is difficult to see the rupee sharply appreciating from this level, but since it has depreciated so much by almost 15% plus, and the RBI has taken some steps to ease the flow of dollars, I think maybe from here on such a sharp, I'm sure such a sharp rate of depreciation will not continue. Maybe if it has to depreciate, it will do in a steadier,
fluctuating.
Yes, it will be a more manageable. So the people who are getting affected by this kind of a rupee depreciation will have the time to take the necessary corrective steps. If there are companies which have borrowed in terms of dollars, etc. So the last 3 months, the move was so sharp that there was no time for them to adjust, to react to it.
The FCBs particularly.
Correct.
I think now coming to this markets and the funds as such. Now, major contributor to the market has been FIIs, right? Retail as good as is coming down. What do you think is necessary for the retail portion to fall?
If you look at it from a slightly more positive sense, then I think incrementally year to date flows into equity funds have been positive. The amount is not as much as what we would like it to be, but incrementally I think people have been putting in money into mutual funds. At the same time, there is some flow into insurance companies as well. So that is also retail equity money. So domestic institutions have been buyers, because right across 2011. That is not what it was in 2010. If you compare January to November 2010, you will see that mutual funds were actually sellers in the
Sellers,
market.
yeah.
But January to November 2011, mutual funds have been buyers, which means there is flow coming
Inflow
in. It's
of
just that
funds,
that
yeah.
flow is not large enough to match the FIIs. But FIIs also, in that sense, have not been selling much. Only in the last 2-3 weeks, the selling flow has increased.
That's coincides with the rupee coming down also.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's slightly after. I mean, the rupee started depreciating in August.
Yeah.
So, I think there are 2-3 reasons. One is that the rupee depreciated, like you said. Second is quarterly numbers were not that great.
Yeah.
And
Enthusiastic.
they were impacted because of the rupee depreciation. And after September, the rupee has continued to depreciate. So, this quarter also there will be some impact.
Correct.
So, earnings estimates have also come down. So, there is some amount of disappointment. So, I think there is some rebalancing of portfolios. Some FIIs who were maybe overweight on India, they thought that at this stage it is not prudent to be overweight on India, so they can reallocate to some other emerging market where things might be looking better. So maybe that is the reason. But for FIIs, or what I understand is FIIs are also long-term investors. We have seen across the years. Okay, when 2008-9 was a year in which there was very high amount of redemptions from FII funds as well.
yes.
So there was no choice for them but to redeem.
Yeah.
But then again in 2010 the flow was huge.
Yeah.
Net we have been a recipient of FII flows, and I think that will continue. Maybe if they also get redemptions from their funds, they have no choice. They have to sell.